In the previous video, we created our first ever test. It only had 2 questions, but that's okay. Let's take a look at what it looks like. First, I'm going to click on My Blickel. I put it in our Welcome to Blickel program. I put it in Creating Content. And then we put it in our Creating Program Courses and Units unit. When I go to that unit, you see that I have a lesson as well as the test we just made. You'll also notice that tests get a special icon so that students know that this is a test. Let's go ahead and take it. First, the student will see the instructions. This is where the instructions are optional, and this is where whatever instructions you put into the test will appear. This is important. The instructions do not count as part of the time limit of the test. If you want to add instructions that do count as the time limit for the test, then you should put them in an information part and add that to your test. For the student, none of the test has loaded at this point, by the way. The test will load when they click this button, and so that's what will start the timer for the student taking the test. The student can click Start Test, and now the test loads and the timer will begin. If there is a timer for the test, the timer will appear right here for the student, and the student can choose to hide the timer if they'd like to do that. The student can review the instructions anytime by clicking the Instructions button. As you can see, here was our first test question. I remember what the answer was. The answer was yes, so I'm going to type yes, and then move on. I've moved on, and so the last thing to do is answer this final question. It is true, and so I will click True. That's it. We're basically done. When a student is taking the test, all they need to do is just click an answer or type in an answer, and the system will record their answer every time they update it. So the student does not need to hit Submit like they do on a regular lesson. When the student is ready to submit their test, they can do so at any time. They just click Submit Test down here if they're on the last part, or they can click Submit Test up here. They will see this little screen right here, which will let them know if they have any questions that they have not answered. And if they are satisfied and ready to submit their test for grading, they can do so. They click Submit Test, and the system grades it for them. We got 100%. Fantastic. At this point, the person can review their test, review their results, or go back to the course page, whichever page they were on. Let's click Review Test. As the student is reviewing their test, the system will show them what their answer was. If they got it wrong, it will show them what the correct answer was. As you can see here, on the single part choice question, the system says, here's the correct answer, and here's the answer you typed. Now, if I had typed this in all capital letters, I still would have gotten it correct, but this correct answer would still be just capital Y-E-S. So even though they don't match exactly, the student will see that the system is smart enough to know that they, in effect, got the right answer. That's it. That's all it takes to complete a test for a student. The student can take the test as many times as they want, and if you'd like to add extra controls on that, then I encourage you to take the course on creating a section inside the Blickel system. That basically wraps up our lesson on the Creation Center. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback, please let me know. We're really excited to see what kind of content you can create for your students. Thanks for watching. This is Gregory Carlson. Take care.